Welcome, welcome. We are once again live out here in the Bear Cave Studios for another episode of OTBS on that Bill shit. With me, your host, Freddie Loso, with my co-host, Big E Mafia.
Yo, what's going? Yo, listen, this is a very special post Valentine's Day episode. We yo, introduce your lady first, bro. Then I'm gonna go.
We have the first ladies of OTBS, my beautiful wife, Madi Laosa. Be brought in. I didn't know how you wanted to be brought in, but Madi Laosa right here.
Hello.
So I guess it's my turn. This is my wife. To let you guys know, those mail-in order bride websites do work. Got her with a coupon for a nice solid $59.99.
Sure.
This is my wife, Brianna Burns Quinones. A lot of people know her as his work because she doesn't claim me for some reason. I don't know why.
Matt
Right.
went all in.
Yeah, listen, it is what it is.
Hi, everyone. Hi.
Oh my God. Yes. So let's do this.
Valentine's Day episode, post Super Bowl. We can start off with that before we get into our lovely couples episode.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs did it again. These mother flowers did it again. I want to start it off with, for me, was the Dun Kings
The
commercial.
Dun Kings commercial won the Super Bowl for me.
Hilarious. The best one. It's the Boston Massacre. Like, that was hilarious. Absolutely.
We're starting with commercials. Okay.
Best part of the night, man.
Okay. Now, if we're going commercials, I gotta go controversial, man, because I saw one commercial that was just kind of like,
Oh, geez. We starting already.
bro. I mean, listen,
It would not be
I,
us.
it wouldn't be a show if I didn't bring it up. I mean, yo, that Bible commercial. Wow.
Oh, the Jesus gets us all or whatever.
Wow. Right? I mean,
Is right.
That's all I got.
yeah, you know. So I'm gonna push past that. That was my commercial that just stood out to me. But you know, what you gonna do? What else happened at the Super Bowl besides? I mean, the commercials to me was just kind of like.
No. Is it me or us? Like, we talked about this that night.
Mhm.
Movie trailers, right? They're throwing out movie trailers, and it's okay. Here's this movie that's coming out. But if you want to see the trailer, here's the website. Go watch it. Isn't the point of the commercial to watch the trailer, not to go to another website to watch the trailer? Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I didn't understand that too much. Like they had the whole Deadpool trailer before the whole Super Bowl, and it was like, just like you said, it was like, oh, if you want to see it, go to YouTube and watch it online. Or I don't know. It was just a lot of weird stuff going on, and you know, Beyonce had her Verizon commercial, which I didn't realize that Beyonce was turning into a whole white woman right before our very eyes. I mean, I don't know if you guys caught that. Yo, she was in the commercial, and then Jennifer Aniston was in the next commercial, and they looked like twins. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but
I agree.
she
Yeah,
looks
that.
Caucasian, right?
Caucasian, yes.
Right? She just woke up from a nap. She still has no idea why she's sitting here right now. So you're gonna have to give her a minute to
Supportive wife. I appreciate
Very
warm
you.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. I spiked her drink, so.
The real show is going to start soon.
I love this woman. I love her so much. Now, as far as the game goes, though, how did you feel about the game?
It was very reminiscent to the Super Bowl where the Falcons blew it in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it felt like to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Shanahan went away from the run where he had it, and McCaffrey was getting 6 to 8 yards every play, and then the whole second half till almost the fourth quarter, you stopped running the ball.
Yeah.
Just didn't make sense at all. And then it showed in the second half where they lost that 10-point lead, and you gave Mahomes too much time. He came back and shut it down.
Listen, the 49ers fucked up, and they fucked up big time, and I think they knew that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was the same old shit with the Super Bowl and the Chiefs, and you just watching them do what they do every game, and Taylor Swift up in the stands, and now Ice Spice is a part of the fray, I guess, because
For some reason.
for some reason Ice Spice is now in Taylor Swift's crew, I guess. I don't understand it, but I'm tired of talking about the Chiefs, bro. I'm so sick of them. And until the Bills beat them in the playoffs, I think we're going to have to deal with them for a long time. It's been so bad now that my family hates the Chiefs as well. And we're just tired of seeing them. But what you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you okay? She's going to wake up at some point.
A woman of many words.
She's going to
Let's
wake
talk
up
about
at
the
some point.
halftime show, though.
Oh, which part?
All of it. I
Usher
love the halftime
killed
show.
it.
I
Yes,
loved
yes.
it. I enjoyed everything about it. I wish it was twice as long. I mean,
Pause.
no pause.
Whoa!
Oh, hey.
Disrespectful.
Anywho,
But yeah, Usher killed it. We were internally dancing just like Usher, doing the whole thing. Our youngest was going to town.
yeah,
in
he had
front
no
of-
idea
yeah,
about Usher,
he-
but he had a blast.
Yeah.
So I got a question. What did you guys feel about him hugging up on Alicia Keys during that performance? Did you any thoughts on that?
They would have made a really cute couple.
Oh, you going that route?
I'm just saying, I saw that people were like talking to what's this? Swiss Beats is her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Like like you cool with that or whatever. I'm like, they're performers. It's what they do. That song, My Boo, is like iconic. So I wanted all the. I would have been upset if they played
I don't
it.
know. I got a question. Babe, would you have gotten on that stage and let him grab upon you like that?
I'm performing. That's my job.
As sharply as she's put that, I'm kind of inclined to agree, right? Because let me tell you something. If she worked at fucking Pizza Hut and I went to her job and some dude was hugging up on her like that, it'd be a problem.
That's not part of the job. I'm there to make pizzas. She's there to perform. It's different.
Okay. Listen.
And she makes way more money there than I would at Pizza Hut.
That part.
That's true. That's true.
What is that supposed to mean? What does money have? I don't think money has anything to do with it. I mean, granted, she's Alicia Keys. They did have the song together. I'm okay with the performance and the way they performed. I just think people were making too big of a deal of it. I think she did a good job with her singing. And, I know a lot of people were complaining about her voice cracking and all of that other stuff, which is like most of the people performing are the same people that work at Wendy's and McDonald's that forget to put your napkins in your bag when you're at the drive-thru. So how dare you fucking judging this woman on her singing anyway? But I think I did enjoy the performance, and I think they did a great job. And it kind of made me want to go see him perform in Vegas. I hate to say it, but if he's doing that at the halftime show, imagine what his full concert is like. I'm not trying to fanboy over Usher over here, but the dude's fucking performing in roller skates.
He learned to do that for Vegas.
See, that's
part of his show.
Because I know my ass is not getting on no roller skates doing none of that shit. So.
I told them people watching him on roller skates.
I'd pay to see that though.
No.
You perform in roller skates? We may have to do an episode like that. Just you rolling around your studio in roller skates. I feel like the OTBS mafia is yearning for that.
Listen, if people are willing to start a GoFundMe now for the amount of time that I'm gonna miss from work, hopping on a pair of roller skates, I'm all for it. But that shit is not happening. That part of my life is over. I can't even walk on a snowy surface without busting my ass. So skates are not happening. I think, yo,
to be snowy.
no, fuck that, bro. You should see me walking up our walkway. It's a tragedy. When it rains outside, I can't even get in my own house. You talking about some damn roller skates? Man, please.
You looking like Usher in the My Way video.
Oh man. So listen, bro. I don't know, but it was good. I'm looking forward to the next football season starting, and I enjoyed watching the Super Bowl. I know I said last week that I had no intentions on watching it, but I wasn't disappointed. It was a good game. The shit went into overtime. Can't complain, bro. It was a really good game. Did you guys enjoy the game? Like, I know you sat there and watched it with me, but like, did you guys enjoy watching the game?
I did. It was a good game up until,
The usual.
What happened in overtime, but I liked watching it. I wouldn't have been mad if I were somebody in the crowd that bought tickets and with the Usher halftime show. Like, I would have been like, you know what? That was worth it. They all did their thing.
Yeah.
Overall, it's a good game. It was a nail biter. I enjoyed it. I didn't care about either one of the teams, but I was still invested.
Yeah. Hopefully next year our team will finally make it back to the Super Bowl. I'm not going to prolong that conversation anymore because it's so fucking depressing.
I have a question though.
Okay.
How would y'all, being that y'all are diehard Bills fans, watch the Super Bowl if the Bills were in it? I feel like Elijah would be shut down here, lights out, watching, quiet, shut up, no food, don't feed me, leave me alone.
That sounds about right.
I would be a hot mess.
Yeah.
Locked in 100%.
Yeah, all of that, yeah.
Questions, nothing like, hey, what happened now?
All of that eating sandwiches and buffalo wings and mozzarella sticks and all that shit. Man, you can miss me with all of that because I need to see. Listen, me and Fred sat there and watched that game. We had eaten before, and me and him probably said 4 words to each other for that whole game when me and him were sitting in here watching it. I don't think I'm going to be a comfortable person to be around if my team is in the Super Bowl. Like, you've seen me here when it's...
You can come to my house, Bree.
Yeah, I'm
We'll
gonna
watch
have to
it
leave
together, and we'll leave them too.
Listen, I mean, that day, I love you, but it's just too much invested.
But remember that too. I love you too, and I need you to get it together.
Get it together.
If times when they don't win, you like fall apart.
All right, you're going too far. I don't fall apart. I just get depressed because I'm invested in my team.
It's the emotional investment that we have.
Like bake. Exactly. Like you bake, right? Imagine you spend 12 hours baking something and you pull it out and it tastes like crap.
You mean something that I've put my money into, my time into. You literally sit there and watch these people who are still going to make millions of dollars at the end of the day lose.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Yeah, yeah. She said lose a little bit too, like fucking like it's
yeah, like you said that shit. I'm gonna need you to bring it back to like the beginning of the show, Bree, where you were kind of like shut down and still waking up.
Y'all wanted me to wake up, so here I am.
Yeah, babe, why don't you take a shot?
No.
Take a shot. Don't worry, I didn't Bill Cosby it. You could have just taken it.
Not yet.
Not yet. You know what I'm saying? It's still early. I got the
pudding pops.
Listen, that's not the name it's going by tonight. That's gonna be for another night.
Ew.
Good Lord.
Oh man.
Oh, babe, I love you.
That's great.
So Valentine's Day has come and gone. Are you guys big Valentine's Day celebrators. Like, a lot of people have different ways they celebrate Valentine's Day. Some people just treat it like another day. Some couples do the whole weekend away, stuff like that. How are you guys with?
Babe, you're the woman of the relationship. I'll let you go first.
Well, Elijah's still living here, so it went well, everyone.
He's alive. So.
Elijah did find a way to show me that he was thinking about me. Candies on the steering wheel when I got in the car, flowers to work, that kind of stuff. It was nice.
Oh, come on, man. Come on. I'm at your boy. I mean, as far as Valentine's Day goes with us, we don't celebrate it as big as our anniversary.
Which one?
We have 2 anniversaries that we celebrate. I'm not sure how many other people do this who are in a relationship. We celebrate the anniversary that we actually got together, which is March 16, 2010. And then we celebrate our marriage anniversary, August 7, 2014. I almost fucked that package up. I almost fucked up just. Yeah, I almost fucked that up just now. But those 2 days we celebrate a little bit more than Valentine's Day, but you still kind of got to do something on Valentine's Day. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't always knocking them out the park with her as far as Valentine's Day, because she just didn't seem like she cared about it that much. So we had a couple Valentine's Days. All
right, I'm gonna tell you, I've never had a Valentine. I was never that teenager with a Valentine. Elijah was my first Valentine. Our first Valentine's together, he got me nothing.
Hold on, time out. To be fair, we got together in March. Okay, we got together in March. Valentine's Day was February, so
No. I'm talking about the year after.
Listen, nobody got time to be talking about the past. All right.
So 11 months in of dating, that Valentine's Day, he got you nothing?
Nothing.
Damn, Marty, you picked a hell of a time to interject here. Go ahead.
I'm just saying.
Pour another drink.
Listen,
I'm gonna give you a pass if it was like you guys were talking and didn't make it official till March, like that Valentine's Day, but the almost whole year. Damn.
No, mind you, our first date was on February 4th, and we got together March 16th. I didn't hear from this man on Valentine's Day that day either.
Wow.
So then the next year, we're actually together. I did a whole basket full of his favorite snacks, and I got nothing.
So what we're learning here today is it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish, right? It's all about learning from your mistakes and progressing through life. That's the lesson in what she's trying to teach you guys, right? Listen.
Got it.
We all fuck up. Listen, she's no saint. You know how many gifts I've gotten her that she's returned?
1.
No, it's not. It was way more than 1.
1.
She's lying.
1.
So how about you guys?
I'm just saying you're trying to deflect off of you fumbling Valentine's Day twice.
No,
it doesn't matter how many gifts you returned.
It was just the one.
It was twice.
It was the one.
It was unofficially one and then officially one. So it was twice. Nice try though. You allergic to Valentine's Day, bro?
Not anymore.
So is it like seafood then, where you weren't allergic?
You just don't like it.
You
listen.
Asking for a friend.
This is turning into a different kind of episode here. Like, this is just now we just off the rails. First of all, everyone, I am allergic to seafood. I have doctor's notes that can clarify this. All right. I am severely allergic to seafood. Don't listen to what you see and hear from these people on the panel here. Have I ever eaten seafood since we've been together?
No.
And
that's not what an allergy is.
You
But
know what,
whatever,
babe?
it's none of my business. I'm just saying if you don't like it, just say you don't like it and
No,
don't make
I can't eat. All right, babe. That's it. Go get a can of tuna fish right now. This is gonna be a real show. Now the shit is gonna turn up here. You want to see it? You want to see special effects like you've never fucking seen? Fuck
No.
Marvel. Go get a can of salmon.
What is your allergy? Like, what's your reaction? Is it
First of-
high, itchy throat?
Yes.
And
I get hives and my body will not tolerate it. Like I can't even digest it.
you get the shits?
No, because it doesn't go that far.
Do you throw up?
Yes, and I like vomit crazy.
He's a puker, I'll say that, but I've never seen you eat seafood.
So don't
Listen, just like you know how some, like for example, how some women they're like, listen, you know, it's not my thing.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. You know what I mean?
More about
So seafood isn't your thing. That's what you're saying.
No, because I can't tolerate it. I guess I can't tolerate eating
I
seafood.
feel like you're dancing. You're dancing around it.
Jesus
It's fine now.
Christ.
You are totally ushering.
This is the third shot that I'm
Y'all
having.
turn.
Yeah. Now, what do you guys do for Valentine's Day?
We're not big Valentine's Day people.
Mm-mm.
I'm not crazy about it, but there's like a little part of me that I want him to try. Like, I don't let him completely off the hook. Like, send me flowers. I like chocolate covered strawberries. I'm all about the snacks, more so than any other romantic gesture. This year we had lunch and we came home and we took a nap while Noah was in school.
Mm.
And yeah, it was a great day.
And what did you, what did you get for Valentine's Day?
I got so Valentine's Day, we don't usually get gifts or anything like that. Like we'll go out, we'll get, I usually get her chocolate covered strawberries and stuff like that. This stuff. This year we went out to lunch, and
Look at the way she's looking at you.
I had a couple drinks.
What did you get is the question. What did you get for Valentine's Day?
The love of my life is what I got. That's what I got. Obviously, but for me, it was dope. We appreciated it because like we had a couple drinks, alone time as a couple, and we just had deep conversations at the lunch.
It was actually really nice
was
to not
super dope.
have a kid around during a meal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Mom, can I use your phone? Can I watch? Like there was none of that. We were able to go wherever we wanted, depending on what we wanted to eat. I'm kind of salty that I chose Italian because we can get chicken tenders at any Italian spot. I wish we would have done something a little bit more adventurous, but just being able to sit and talk and not have interruptions, or you have to use code words because you can't be talking around the kids and stuff like that. It was a good time.
And the conversation got like super deep.
Yeah.
Like that normally you can't do with the kids around. I thought I had a blast. We came home and then we just knocked out.
Yeah, it was great.
Like it was great. Great Valentine's Day.
And to answer your question, he got chocolate heart
I did.
for Valentine's Day.
I did get a chocolate heart. Reese's football tin chocolate heart.
How big was it?
As you could tell.
Mm-hmm.
How big was it?
Pause.
Hey, yo.
That's none of your business, sir.
I know. Well, the lady.
But I mean, you know what? This further proves my point, and not that there's anything wrong with it. Valentine's Day is for females. It's for the females. It's not for men. And I've always thought that, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. Like, I think it's more of a, I think you guys deserve to be appreciated. And I think it's more so for women than it is for men. Do you not agree?
I think it's a couple's holiday. That you prove your love to each other, or if you're having those moments like the kids are around, then you rekindle the
But once you're
romance.
married, do you need to keep proving your love?
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
No, but like I was saying, like even since I was a kid, like when you go to school, who gets the most stuff for Valentine's Day? It's always the girls in class.
No, I got nothing. Never had a Valentine.
For most girls that I knew in high school, I didn't know her in high school. I'm sorry, I wasn't there. I can't account for that. And come to think of it, I wasn't getting girl stuff in Valentine's Day on Valentine's Day in high school.
You
I
drunk.
wasn't getting.
Stuttering a lot, bro.
You are.
You don't normally do
You
this on
are.
the show.
Yo, listen, shout out to this 1800 tequila, way better than the Casamigos. But what I'm saying is, even like growing up, when I was in high school, I didn't see girls giving boys things on Valentine's Day. I always saw girls getting things on Valentine's Day. So as I was growing up, I never really saw men getting reciprocated on Valentine's Day. I know my father, he got married on Valentine's Day, so it was always like a thing. But I never saw men getting anything on Valentine's Day. And I told you that, right? So, I mean, you know, like she got me a card that was fucking hilarious. And she got me a game and she got me some candy. And I was surprised. I was thoroughly surprised. But, you know, it was cool. It was cool. I don't agree with that thing that, you know, a girl just giving sex on Valentine's Day is like a gift. Like, what do you guys think about that? Like, do you think that's okay?
It's not a gift. It
I'm
doesn't
glad you said it.
substitute.
It's a cop out.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all I got.
I mean, it's not a treat, then you got to take what you could get, and that's all I got to offer.
What do you want? Huh?
Shit is that?
I'm just saying.
Would you be
I
mad?
agree with you though. I'm not a fan.
Am I gonna be mad that you're gonna give me something on a holiday that I should be getting anyway?
No.
I was gonna say you didn't know.
Yeah, no. What kind of shit is that? Like that's.
So then you're kind of saying that you do want something from me to you on Valentine's Day. That's not that.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is, let's just call it what it is. Let's just call Valentine's Day the woman's holiday. We get one a year. We get Father's Day. That's it. After that, everything else is for women and children, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you know, we gotta get ourselves things. That's why, whenever I get the chance, I buy myself stuff, and
What are you saying?
I don't know. Fred, save me, bro. I feel like I'm trying. Help me, nigga.
I need the tag. Tag me. Tag me.
Got you, bro. I got you. But yeah, man. You know, Valentine's
No,
Day.
you tagged him in. Get yourself out of trouble. Let him
Okay,
talk.
go ahead, bro.
So Valentine's Day, we threw it up on our social media, the Sports Frenzy Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, Sports Frenzy Pod on Twitter. We threw out a question. The question was, please hold as I pull it up. Could have done this earlier, but
Yo, listen, bro. We not perfect.
so I shot it out there. Hit us up with your best Valentine's Day relationship questions, couples questions, whatever the case may be. One of the comments we got was, why is it so hard to trust and respect in relationships these centuries? Maybe centuries wasn't the right. I don't know.
I think they meant days these days.
Nowadays, autocorrect. We'll chalk it up to autocorrect. Why do you guys think it's hard to respect nowadays in relationships?
You want to go first on this one?
I don't agree with that. And I'm going to say, being that we have phones and all these kinds of devices nowadays, I think it's harder to cheat. I don't know. I don't agree with that. I don't find it hard to respect our relationship and not cheat. Is that the question?
Wait, was the question about cheating or just blatant respect for each other?
It was just respect.
He has to
Okay.
pull it up again.
Yeah, say that again.
Is it hard to trust and respect in relationships?
In relationships.
Oh, so why is it so hard to trust and respect in relationship nowadays? Not just necessarily the cheating aspect.
I I don't think it's hard to not trust and respect a relationship nowadays. Is
So,
that broad?
so the other day, me and her got into a conversation, and I know this is like a big thing now with, all these movements going on, especially like with the relationship aspect. I kind of think it's just a matter of each person in the relationship knowing what their role is. And like, boom, like you see how she got that look on her face, right? And again, this is the conversation that we had. I'm okay when it comes to like certain roles in a relationship, right? If I'm not home and I'm at work all day and it just so happens that, she has to take the trash out or something, is gonna happen, right? Like that's just common sense. But there's no excuse that if I'm the man in the house, like I shouldn't be taking out the trash, I shouldn't be doing certain things. And I'm okay with that. And this is the point that I brought up to her. How do you think it would look if we're laying in bed in the middle of the night and someone is breaking into the house and I wake up and I go, babe, somebody broke in. Go see what's going on. How do you think that would play? Like, what do you think would happen after that?
She'd be the man.
Yeah, she'd be the man. I'm so glad you said that. She'd be the man of the house. Period. There's no, and I wouldn't even wake up and go, babe, hey, let's go see what's going on. Even that to me is like nah, what the fuck are we talking about here? No, you go secure the children and I'm going to go handle what's going on. Maybe call 911. That might help too, right? And you see how like we can agree, like there's no issue with that. I don't think that that's the only role where we should play man and woman in the house. And I think that's kind of where people are getting misconstrued, and that's why relationships are so, like, I don't know now. Like, how about you be the woman and I'll be the man, and let's make it work. And whatever I'm slacking on, you pick up, and whatever you slacking on, I'll pick up. Like, I don't see what the problem is. What do you guys think?
Temptation song right now.
Okay.
Right?
Dun, 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 dun.
Just say, I got roles that I gotta play.
I mean, I think that's just what it is. I really think that it's this new age of, you got a bunch of soft dudes out here now. Pause. Like you got a lot of dudes who they don't want to step up to the plate. And on the flip side, you got this new, like, and I don't even know where this term came from. It shit sounds crazy to me. This alpha woman phrase. Like, I don't even know what that means. Like, are you like Xena the warrior princess alpha? Are you Wonder Woman flying through the sky, fucking up 20 dudes? I don't know what that means.
But did that phrase come because we have a lot of soft dudes out there nowadays and you just have to take that role because they're not trying to?
I think it's a little bit of both. I honestly, I think it's a little bit of both. And I don't know. Listen, if I was a woman, would I want some lame ass motherfucker leading me? No, I wouldn't. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know, man. I think that's really just what it is. When the right man finds the right woman, they succeed. But I think a lot of times they just get into situations that they don't need to be in. I don't know. Do you guys agree? Do you think different?
I do agree with you. I do agree. I think when I think about that, I understood that question a little bit different than you guys did. Because I think the only way that it could be hard to trust, or what was the other part of that? Respect in a relationship. I think it comes down to like if you fully healed before your relationship, so you're ready for the relationship. You know what I mean? Because I think like a lot of times we there's like an aversion to sitting with your hurt and admitting like how much somebody else really hurt you or traumatized you or whatever. So we seek distractions, and it's often in a new relationship, somebody to take your mind off your ex, whatever the case is. But if you've never really healed from everything that transpired, then like the saying goes, like you bleed on somebody who didn't cut you. Like I think that's where the whole trouble trusting comes into play. If you aren't fully like done healing and growing from the past and ready for a new relationship.
Oh, that was good. I
Yeah.
agree more with that. Like,
No.
I agree with your point, E, where you said like we got a lot of soft dudes. Pause.
Mhm.
And a lot of dudes aren't taking that alpha head of household, head of relationship role. Like they're passing it off, and they're good with just sitting back and letting somebody else do the work, as opposed to being the head of the relationship or being household or whatever the case may be, being the alpha dog. Got a lot of betas and a lot of guys just sit back and don't want that. Would rather be pampered or, you know.
The cultural thing too, because I noticed too, like in my experience, the men are coddled. You serve your man first. You iron his clothes. You're here to serve him. And what it does is creates a bunch of men who aren't self-sufficient. You know what I mean? So speaking to the point about the alpha woman, like I've never heard that term, but I feel like a lot of women are forced to be alphas. Like my experience as a single mom, like before we got together, I was alpha. Like I had to do it all. I had to take care of it. There was nobody else that I could tag in to back me up. And even in the early part of our relationship, I was gonna say our career. In the early part of our relationship, like it took years for me to let him. Like I was just so used to doing and like handling and making sure stuff got done, things got paid, the kid was taken care of, and everything was good. It wasn't until about, I would say maybe like 5 years in, that I would like let him just handle it. Like now that I had a partner.
And I definitely agree. And I can see that. And I do see what you're saying about like the men being coddled and stuff like that. But I will say this to that. I feel like there are times, like when I come home, I just don't have it. Like my energy is just not there. And I'm so grateful to the times that she's like, she gets it and she just picks up the slack. Like those times that I come home with 20% and she can pick up the rest of the 80. And don't get me wrong, it's more often than not, especially now with as much as I'm working. But as long as you can even that playing field, like don't get me wrong, there's times that I know that she's like, babe, like I need you to kind of help me because I'm at the brink with like the parenting shit and the you know all of this other stuff. And I'm like, all right, I got to pick up the pace a little more. So you know what, let me take care of the kids and you go out and chill and do what you got to do.
Or nap.
Or nap. Listen, don't underestimate a good fucking nap. That's
important.
They're critical.
That should have changed your whole fucking life, right? But I think that's really the cusp. It's like it's communication. You got to talk to each other. Like you have to let each other know. Like, listen, I don't got it today. Whether it be with energy, whether it be financially. Like, listen, I don't got it. And don't get me wrong, I still have my faults. Like, there's still times that I fail to communicate, and I know that's a big thing. But her, you see her rolling her eyes, right? Like, it's communication is like a huge deal in relationships. You got to talk to each other. You got to work it out because at the end of the day, like this is my life partner.
Communication and comprehension.
I'm glad you said that.
Because it's not just communication. You can communicate as well as you want, but if that person's not comprehending, then it's like talking to a wall.
It sure is.
But now let me ask you a question. Shouldn't you know ahead of time, like when I say ahead of time, I mean like prior to marriage, as to whether or not that person can comprehend what you're saying?
Not necessarily.
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so. Because I think we're ever evolving. Like, I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
My ability to gauge, his ability to comprehend stuff is not what it is now. and I'm not the person that I was then. So like my
Mhm.
needs are different. You know what I mean? It's always
Mhm.
changing.
You just have to meet me. With me growing, I expect you to grow with me.
Boom.
Okay.
Because our problems are gonna get bigger. So I need you to understand what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, I can get that. But I mean, like at a base level, do you feel like, all right, I can deal with this person and I can grow with this person? Like if, I don't know, I'm just going to use you guys as an example. Let's say you got with a guy and he's just very like, I'm not doing nothing but going to work and coming home.
He's not for me.
It's not gonna work.
That's it. That's not going to work. But and that's, I think that's what you had back, back in the day. You just had like the guys that you were talking about, like they had the women that just stayed home and they ironed and they cooked and they did all that stuff. And shout out to them because they made the relationship work. Those are the couples that were married for 70 years and shit like that, But I think now in this day and age, it's kind of like you have to talk a little bit more, And I know as men, like I say this a bunch on the show, like as men, it's very hard to communicate. It's very hard to talk and to like.
Why?
Because you're never taught how to do that.
You're always taught as a kid as growing up as a boy, it's like, hey, you don't cry, you don't do this, keep your emotions to yourself. You kind of like roll with the punches and you keep it moving.
Right. And don't get me wrong. I think that there's a certain level to that still holds true, and I think that there's a certain aspect to that is still valid to this day. Like I'll tell Mason, it's okay to let your emotions go, but don't do it in front of the person that did it
Caused
to
it.
you.
Yep.
Right. Because once they see you reacting, they got you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I said, listen, you mad, go in your room and let it out. That's it. And when you come out the room, just be how you were. But we were never really taught that growing up. It's kind of just like you going by experience, and you are never really taught how to keep your emotions in check and deal with depression. Like men don't know how to. Not to say that anybody really does, but men don't know how to deal with depression or deal with heartbreak. You never taught how to deal with that stuff.
You know who taught me about heartbreak? Boys to Men.
Wow.
Boys to Men taught me about heartbreak.
Wow.
End of the Road was my go-to jam.
I can't stand
swear to
you.
God, I can't even begin to express to you how many times I listened to that song growing up.
Crying in the shower.
Shower, singing in the shower,
Outside the car window on a rainy day.
singing all the deep parts.
Damn, bro. Damn, man. But you know what? That's another key part of life is music. How many fucking situations has music gotten you through? Whether you be angry about something, sad about something, and you put on the right kind of music, that should have taken you where you need to go.
Music is the hero with no cape.
Yo.
Music got me through, let me tell you.
Yo, Marty, what was your go-to song when you were upset?
Oh, it depends why I was upset.
You were upset because, I don't know, fucking you caught your high school boyfriend kissing somebody.
Tony Braxton, Unbreak My Heart.
Ooh.
Good song.
What about you?
Love me again.
She's like, I had no feelings, so that never happened.
I never had that song, so I
you never used the song to cure your emotions or anything? Oh man. Yo, I'm glad you got that Adobe Pro, bro, because it's like this internet joint is collapsing in and out of here, but it is what it is. It's all good.
What was Bree's song? Did she have a song?
What was Bree's song?
No, I told him he shouldn't have let me nap before this. I'm like,
she literally woke up like 5 minutes before we started recording, and that's kind of my fault because when she usually falls asleep, that's my time to do what I want to do in the house. So I just go around. I'm fucking gallivanting on.
He left me on the couch. I woke myself up at like 9:52.
Yeah.
Kudos to
I don't
you.
know.
I would have slept through.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like this close just to like telling her, we'll catch you on the next go round. But I
That's
knew
messed
Marty
up.
was gonna be. I knew Marty was gonna be
Like that.
alone.
You would have never gotten her back. You would have never gotten her back at that point.
Forget it.
No, man, nah, she would have never forgave me. Kind of like last week in the episode where she woke, where I woke up and she found that picture that my boy sent last week, bro. Yo, Ben, when you listening to this, man, you almost caused a
Ben, you're not allowed in this house. Because I woke up early in the morning and unlocked his phone because I was going to make sure the alarm was off or something like that. And I unlocked the phone and that's the picture that was up. And I was like, who is this? So you fell asleep looking at this picture of
No,
this other
whoa,
woman that's
whoa.
not me.
Whoa, let's clear that up. I did not fall asleep looking at a picture of another woman. I showed Fred the picture and fell asleep afterwards. That's what I'm going.
He fell asleep singing Dankeschön.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, listen, I was fucked up, man. But Ben, don't be sending me no pictures, man, and no people I used to have a crush on in elementary school, bro.
Ben, you're dead to me.
And if you do send it, you gotta remind me to delete some shit after you send it, bro. Come on, man, you're supposed to be looking out, bastard. And anyway,
Disrespect.
Listen. Anyway, so now that we're talking about relationships, let's bring up a question that was brought up by the gentleman that was just mentioned. So you're in a relationship. You're in a relationship, right? You get cheated on. But the person that cheats on you, right? You guys made up, you forgave them, right? But the person that cheated on you with needs to maintain a relationship with the person that they cheated with.
Why?
They're a coworker, they are a close family friend, they're a neighbor,
They
they
have a child with them.
have a child with them.
I'm just saying that's the only circumstance that I see that you have to maintain a relationship with somebody that you cheated on your person with.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
I'm gonna put the ball in your court first, Fred. Is this gonna work out?
I would say what Marty said. Yeah.
What did I say?
The only way it's gonna work is if there's a child involved. If not,
You're full of shit. You mean to tell me I cheat on you, right? I get knocked up and a kid's involved. You're gonna stay with me while we have a relationship because we have a kid?
you know what? Isn't this a sports podcast? Shouldn't we be talking? Yeah, I'm not. I don't know.
But what if it was another scenario? What if they already had a kid together, you guys get together, and then all of a sudden the woman has an affair with her baby daddy?
Gone.
Gone.
Yeah, come on. Obviously, you got some shit that you still need to clear up there.
It's not
And
done yet, clearly.
yeah. So listen, I don't know. That's and as a man, especially, that shit is just too much to fucking deal with.
I think it's like double-sided though. When it's a woman that cheats, people are like,
Mm-hmm.
I would agree with that.
Of course, and that's how it's supposed to be.
no,
And if
that's
and that cheats and you stay or you leave, like you're shamed regardless
right.
Not to be the bad guy.
because he's a man. It's expected. Like a
Mhm.
woman, like it's more is expected of a woman, which I think
Yeah.
is bull-
But you know what? I have a saying that I've known for some time that kind of correlates to what you just said, Marty, right? And I know I'm like 3 or 4 shots in, so I'm gonna try to recite it the best I can, right? For a man who can open the door with any key
Mm.
is a key master. But what use is a lock that can be opened with any key?
Right.
The hot dog down a hallway scenario.
What? What?
Sorry, Fred got it.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, well,
Hot dog down any.
a hot dog in a hallway?
I'll explain later, babe.
I don't. Are you talking about loose vagina?
Yes.
Oh.
It took him a
Oh.
second. He had to put it
Listen.
together.
Listen, I don't think loose vagina is fun for anybody, for either party.
I mean, you ain't wrong.
Oh shit. Oh shit. But so listen.
For any party, right? I'm
Yes.
talking from experience.
So
I'm
I just
saying
wanted to
it's-
know.
It's not fun for any party.
But you said it like, been there.
I did not say that. Play the tape back.
I'm just saying.
Hit the
Bro.
10-second rewind. I did not say
That's
that.
fine. Anyway.
Bro, I
I've heard
mean,
of that saying though, Elijah.
you
a
heard that saying
lock
before.
that opens, or a key that opens many locks is a master key. And a lock that can be opened with any key is just a shitty lock.
There you go. There you go.
Do
And
it, but you
yeah,
heard.
right. And listen, we didn't make the rules. We
Right.
didn't make the rules. We just playing the game. Now I'm not saying that I'm promoting anybody fucking going out there and you know,
Opening many
doing opening up locks and you got a lock of your own at home. I'm not co-signing that. I'm not promoting that by any chance, because I'm a firm believer in, you know, you being righteous. Now don't get me wrong, I think every dog has its day. I don't know what the fuck that means in this scenario.
I was gonna. You know
Bree's
what?
face was
What is
hilarious.
our next question that we have?
Okay,
By the OTBS Mafia.
next question was what is a very personal question, or any question for that matter, that you think that you should ask someone prior to you guys getting into a relationship? And the first answer or response that I got was to ask somebody if they had any STDs prior to you guys hooking up, which not for nothing is a pretty legitimate question.
Mhm.
I think that's a fair thing to bring up prior to you getting into a relationship. Now,
That's a fair question, E.
the only question, I'm gonna have a sub question to this question. Fuck you, bro. Listen, she should have asked. She didn't ask. She should have fucking asked.
I'm
Okay.
saying you should have asked.
I should. Oh, I see what you're saying.
You see?
Yeah, maybe I should have.
Back to episode 2.
Jeez.
Listen. You talking about something that was cleared up far before the relationship between me and Bree got started. Listen, man. Listen. And that shit is not fun. Okay, when you're at the pediatrician and you getting that talk from your doctor, like,
This could have been something life-changing.
yeah, it could have been something life changing. You're lucky that I'm gonna give you these 2 Tic Tac pills, and that should have been gone in 24 hours. But you know, I'm not gonna keep bringing this damn topic up. Okay, that was ancient history.
I mean,
Right?
Fred's the one that brought it up. If we're being clear.
Yeah, it is what it is. But is that something important that you think is needs a need to know information?
Absolutely.
100.
Yes.
I 100% think it is a need to know question. Like, if you're about to go out with Magic Johnson and he doesn't tell you that he's got AIDS, like there's an issue there, right? Like that's a legitimate gripe that you're gonna have to live with. Like, that's something that needs to be said.
Okay, I got one more question, and then this just popped up into my head. Let's say you got somebody who's transitioning, all right? You're shaking your head already. You got somebody that's transitioning. Should you tell the dude that you're on a date with that, yo, listen, before we go any further, I got a dick.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's
Well,
sad because sometimes they don't.
It is sad because sometimes they
Oh,
don't.
I didn't want you to reject me. But you're changing my whole sexuality at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be messed up. We going, to fool around. I put my hand in your pants and I find out I'm like,
What if they're afraid? What if they're afraid to come out?
then don't date.
I think that's, to Bree's point, I think that's an assumption of risk that you're taking. You know what I mean? Like, if obviously, like, transitioning, it depends. You can meet people that are open and accepting, and you meet people that are not, and like, maybe aggressive, maybe violent. Like, you never know how it's gonna go. And in that respect, I empathize with them a lot because that has to be hard. I mean, dating period's hard, but to throw that into the mix has to be difficult. But it's an assumption of risk. Like, where you are in your transition. And I think if you could put yourself on the other person's end, like, I would want to know straight from the gate and let me decide. Like, don't date me, don't like make me fall for you, make me have feelings for you, and then like bamboozle me with it. I don't want to be blindsided by something like that. I think the onus is on the person who's transitioning. Like, nobody likes being rejected. Like, you're not special for that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not a good enough excuse. I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, fear of rejection isn't a good enough excuse.
This kind of goes to that first question about trusting in relationships and stuff like that, because nowadays that's a part of trusting the relationship. You're trusting that who you're dating is who they say they are.
Right.
Right.
That's another like now problem.
Right.
Yeah, you're looking for Caitlyn and you're getting Bruce. Like, that's
wild.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask y'all another question. This might be going a little bit off the deep end here. Now, we've seen the stories of those situations going completely left, right? I'm talking about, listen, they got fucking naked, like they were about to get into it, and then it comes out, and then that person winds up, unfortunately, they wind up losing their life. Do you think that's murder worthy?
I think for sure it's a crime of passion.
It's an ass whooping. I'd say that. Like, you're gonna catch an ass whooping, and not like good kind. Like, you're gonna catch hands.
You think it's justified?
Throw it out to you. You're throwing out all these questions and you're skating by without it. You're out on a date. 17-year-old mafia out there in his Bills jersey, hanging out on the block with a quart of water in hand.
Get to the point.
Chips, some Funyuns, maybe a chopped cheese, whatever. You're out. You're on a date. Come back. Some candles, some Boys to Men, Jodeci, whatever. Whatever you got.
You are creating a whole scenario.
I'm laying it all out, a little massage. And
you're kissing on me?
The lights go out. You reach down, and there's a lot more tools in the toolbox than you would expect. What are you doing?
I got to cut you. I got to cut you, motherfucker. I got to cut you. And I might take that shit with me. Whatever I grab, it might be coming with me. And I might take it to the police station my goddamn self. Because that's a violation. That's that's so let me ask you a question, right? Is there a difference between that and dudes that lie to get pussy?
What kind of lie?
Yeah, what kind of lie?
He doesn't live with his mom? Are we talking about he's
no,
he's like much older than he's saying?
I don't know what kind of lie gets. What kind of? I don't know. Have you guys ever felt like? Have you ever fallen for a lie and gave a dude some ass and then found out you ain't got no money, motherfucker?
Yeah, he's spanking it.
Bree said, "Yeah, I married him."
Ta-da!
Nailed it.
Sorry, that was not funny.
No,
It was hilarious.
Okay. I had money when we got together. You just didn't know where it was at, and you still don't know where it's at.
Neither do
We still
you.
looking for it.
Any goddamn way. But I'm just saying, because dudes, they out there, they make up a whole bunch of stories. They out there, playing the game to get ass. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not putting it on the same level as you being a whole different person and possibly changing the sexual orientation of somebody. But I don't know. Is it okay to lie to get sex?
Personally, I will feel like it's not okay, but if it works,
Okay.
you know what I mean? I don't
Okay.
know if you're gullible and you fall for it. then-
Like, if I go to Vegas and I'm in a nightclub and I'm wearing a fucking Giants jersey and a chick just happens to believe that I play for the Giants, then
And
bitch, you kind of deserve what you got. Right?
I mean, does she overtly ask you, do you play for the Giants? Or does she just walk up assuming, like, oh, Michael Strahan, you so fine? I need to know.
You gonna throw out Michael Strahan?
I don't know. That was the only Giants player. He played on the Giants, right? That was the only Giants player that
I'm
came
gonna
to
be honest.
Taylor. Oh, hey.
I'm gonna be honest. If a chick walked up to me and thought I was Michael Strahan,
She's dumb as
and
nails.
and
But I mean, that's my point. Are you saying that you're a real Giants player, or is that person just assuming
She
that
just
you are, and
assumed-
you don't necessarily correct them?
yeah,
She's calling him Michael all night.
yeah, she's calling me Michael. Listen, I think you kind of just go with the flow. Like now, if somebody walked up to me and was like, "Oh my God, are you Beetlejuice from Howard Stern?" Then maybe I'd be like, "All right, fucking
You bitch.
yeah, fucking get the fuck away from me, dumb hoe." You know what I'm saying? Or like, I don't know, but like if she's like a little drunk, like overly drunk, and she thinks I'm somebody else, I'm gonna still smash. I'm gonna still take it home and smash.
Wow, you're that guy.
You're Barney Stinson.
You're a
right.
creep.
How's that? Like, time
They
out.
make
Listen,
songs about you.
no, that's not
He's a
my
creep.
fault. You need to blame her friends. Because I don't know any girl that goes out to a nightclub or a bar by herself. Am I right or wrong?
The dirty ones do.
The dirty ones do. And there you go.
There you go.
And there you go.
Then she deserved it. is what you're
And
saying.
she deserves every lie that gets told to her and picture that gets passed of her and videos on Pornhub and all. Now let me stop that.
That is a
Jesus.
massive.
Not record or film anybody without their consent. That is a crime, and you will go to jail. Just want to put that out there, right? I don't want to act like I'm sitting here consenting to fucking illegalities,
We would never.
especially not with Marty. Marty will make sure your ass gets prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
I would really be conflicted about it, though. It would really pain me.
Let's think about this.
Let's just have a second.
Listen, it's a struggle, guys. I try to do the right thing at all times, but sometimes, like, it's hard.
So, I think the last. Did you have any more questions from your post?
Not anymore on that one.
I just had one last question. Could you stay with somebody who had badass kids?
I can't even be friends with people that got badass kids.
Define bad.
disrespectful to their parents, who don't listen to their parents, who they're the boss. They run the show. They tell, like, those shut up mom kids. We cannot.
Nah, we can't be friends.
I stand by that.
It's real simple.
I really do.
We can't be friends at that point. We
So no relationships.
We each got
Absolutely not.
the four of us all have kids, not together, but
Thanks for clearing.
Yes, thank you for cleaning that part up.
I just had to, clear that up. But we're around sports for our kids, and we're around other kids. We coach. So we see those kids. I make it a point to tell my youngest, hey, stay away from that kid. All right? We ain't hanging out with them. And if you think you're going to act like that, come and find out.
Yeah, it's going to be a different story. So now look, right? I'm going to put you guys in the hot seat right now. Now, Fred, you meet Madi, within like 3 weeks, I fucking love this woman. Like, I really love her, right? And she's like, listen, I got a son.
Stating our relationship.
That's basically how it went down.
Right?
Yes, right. And she's like, listen, I need to know that we're really serious before I introduce you to my son. But you are like in love with her. Like, you're like, all right, cool. A few months go by. I'm going to say 4 or 5 months go by. And you already know that you want to propose to her. Cool, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. She goes, listen, I want you to meet my son. And she brought you home. And you open the door and she goes, I'd like to introduce you to Fred. He's my boyfriend. And right over, the son goes, who the fuck is this nigga? Who is this nigga here? Who the fuck is this dude? I want to know right now, what's your next move?
That's a whole tough spot. I don't even know how I would react. I'd be like a deer in headlights. I'd be like, what? Huh?
In fairness, though, when Fred first came to my house to pick me up for a date, Kai answered the door. And he slammed the door in Fred's face.
Mom, your friend's here. Bam. Shut the door right in my face.
I mean, that's warranted, though.
Right.
That's
understandable.
Okay. But I mean,
you would not stay. No way.
I don't know, but he loves you.
Can't love me that much.
I think it would
I wouldn't
depend.
stay if he had a badass kid.
I think it would depend on her reaction too.
What do you mean?
Like if she didn't correct him, like if you don't correct him and you're just like, oh, Bobby, it's okay, blah.
Right.
No, I'm out of here. I'm not winning this argument or this battle.
I mean, listen, what if it's like a gradual thing though? What if it's like that the immediate disrespect isn't there? So what if instead he opened the door and as opposed to slamming the door in his face, he giving him one of them fucking those Snoop Dogg from Baby Boy looks, like he looks at him like
he's like
like he looking him up and down like, man, fuck your little fork. Like fuck your punk ass daddy. Like one of those kind of things. And it's like over time, it's like the disrespect keeps like getting gradual. Bro, do you think you're sticking around?
As much as I'd want to, I don't think I would. Hey, badass kids. That's a tough thing to get around. In any relationship, friends, relationships, peer adult relationships, like that's coach to kid relation. That's tough, man. It's on all levels. Like you and I both know from being on the field. We know them badass kids. Some of them you can coach. Some of them they will just.
See, I don't even think it's badass kids though. I think it's badass parents. Like kids aren't inherently bad. They get away with what you let them get away with. And if you create an environment where they think they run stuff or like their tantrums are effective or whatever, they can lash out and you just deal with it, then that doesn't really mean that the kid's bad. That means you kind of suck. You need to put your foot down.
As a parent.
I agree. But I think overall, what we're learning here on our post Valentine's Day show, love does not conquer all.
It's not.
You could love from a distance. That's for real.
Hey, listen, I know one thing. If I met Bree and she has some badass kids, I'm going to just have to let her know first and foremost. I'm like, yo, listen, either one or two things going to happen. Either we going to stay together and I'm going to be whipping your kid's ass, or me and you just not going to be together. Because it's not going to be both. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about your fucking kid out there threatening my life, then yeah, we're gonna have an issue. You know, but I don't know.
Makes it difficult for sure.
Yeah. But I just thank God that we don't none of the four of us have any badass kids, bro.
We don't got that problem.
No, we ain't got that problem. Cause yo, listen, our kids got the speech before we started recording. You notice how you don't hear a fucking sound coming from not even the dog, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta listen. I feel like your kids gotta fear you before you guys are friends. Like that's
right.
That's how it is. I feel sorry for those parents that just feel like, listen, we gotta be friends with our kids, and all right, let's see how that work out.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta know, like, yeah, we can be cool, but at a moment's notice, I'm gonna yoke you up and I'm gonna beat your ass if it happens. That's just how that fear of God has to be in them.
Yeah.
Them to not so much to respect you, but to have that relationship. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like
it does. It does. Because like even now, like, you know, Mason has been doing the kickboxing thing for like what, 2 or 3 years now. And he has his little moments where he thinks like, because he's been taking the class, like he can do something to me. But at the end where I'm like, all right, this is not happening. And I have to severely put him in a move that hurts him. And you can see the shock in his face where he's like, my dad is going to hurt me. Like, they have to know that they're never going to overpower you. Like, Marty, even now, I know, like, Kai has to know, like, my mom will kill me at any second.
He's very well aware.
Mm-hmm.
Very well aware.
Yep.
And I always thought, like, I mean, my son now is 6'1", 6'2", 6. You know, like, he's not little. I look up to him now. And I'm like, we might scrap. And you may win, but you will know that you've been in a fight. So if you ever want to cross that line, you could try me. I've had a wish factor for years.
And as they get older, they get stronger. So trust me, like, play wrestling, you got to go with the dirty tricks because they're getting strong. I've been there.
Listen.
I've been in a rear naked choke. Starting to get choked out because I taught him that. I'm like, shit. This is
the day.
this is deep, and I ain't going out like no punk. I will fight dirty. I will try to pressure point you. I will punch you in the nuts
for so many reasons.
Hey, I ain't going out like no punk. This is still my house.
I feel like though with fathers and sons, there's always like a culmination. Because like that whole like testing thing, that doesn't go away. Like it's like 2 lions, right? Like they'll test the alpha to see if they can.
No. Because let me tell you something.
But that's how you see it. As
Did
he
you
grows up, he's
never
gonna
try your
do
dad?
that.
You never tried it. You never tried your dad. Not never. That's impressive.
No. But I also think that was like just that like kind of like respect thing. I mean, now of course I'm, you know, my dad is older, so it's, yeah. But like even
It's not even a
like,
competition.
Let me just.
Have you
Yeah.
seen his dad? People think y'all brothers.
Yeah, no, you guys do look like brothers.
yeah.
So I think your dad, gives you a good run for your money. So
Oh, don't get me wrong, because my father works with his hands every day, so he's still.
this
listen,
man was
That's
moving
why.
furniture by himself while these like 20, 30-year-old guys were like two guys to one dresser. And he was like, I got this. Whoa, on the truck. So don't doubt him.
I'm not doubting him.
So wait, Bree, you're saying he always knew who the alpha was? Like there was never he always knew.
But you know what, Elijah? I don't think that's a reason to be like, oh, haha. Your dad is a great dad to you for you to respect that boundary. I think that's the difference.
Yeah, that, and I heard one too many stories about how my father used to be. So I just never, there was no need to, oh, okay, I know that's over there, so no, I'm good.
Scared straight.
Yeah.
You didn't even need to
Yeah.
find out.
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. I mean, now listen, not that anything would happen like that now, but as far as Mason goes, and I will.
What's that?
That was now he doesn't need to worry about it because
Yeah, that's
Got
clearly
That's-
went over everybody's head. Just-
I'll say this, but being that Elijah works a lot, I am constantly having that issue with Mason. And I'm constantly having to check him and remind him, just because I'm your mom, I will still wreck you. Daddy doesn't have to be home. I can check you by myself.
pretty much. Pretty much. Avery every now and then. Mason is more so like the.
Our boys know in this house. You can play fight with dad. Dad'll entertain it. We'll be boys. You don't play like that with mom. Mom will throw hands.
I'm a bad.
Mom will throw hands.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Like I punched my youngest on reflex. Like really hard. I punched him in his arm. He said, "Mommy, you have to be gentle with me."
Who said?
He was like 4 or 5. Yeah. And he was like jumping on me and I told him I didn't like that. I'm like, stop jumping on me. I think he ended up like punching me in the boob or something, like, but full on. When they're little, they don't really know their strength.
Mhm.
Yeah, he clocked me. I wasn't expecting it. That shit hurt, and I swung, and I couldn't even stop myself if I wanted to. Like it was all reflex, and he just looked at me like shocked. I was like, I told you I don't like playing like this. When people tell you things, you need to listen, because this is what happens.
Kids don't listen.
They don't, but then they're gonna get hit.
And he looked at me like,
You're not gonna do
"You
anything.
gonna help me out?
You let this happen?
Help me." I was like, "Nah, bro, you're on your own.
First and last.
I've been there.
Oh man.
On your own."
What about play fighting as a couple?
No. No.
All right, so I got a story. I had a story on that one. All right. So one time, the cute couple thing. You're playing around.
Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Let's go.
Right. So I had both of her hands pinned like this, right? Holding them. And she's trying to fight him back. And you feel the tension on one hand and she's pulling it, like trying, and I'm holding it. So I let it go, right? And she punched herself in her face. And so
Pause, hold on. Not only did I punch myself, he made me punch myself. He made me bleed my own blood. But I had
makes me bleed my own blood.
I had the fattest lump. You know how when you bump your lip, like it swells? I was so angry. Proceed.
And so right? So I'm like, hey, I'm holding her hands down. I'm like, I'm gonna let you up, but you can't. She's like, get off me. I'm gonna fuck you up right now. And mind you, we weren't in our house. We were in a smaller apartment. So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna let you go, but you can't swing on me. She's like, let me go because I'm gonna fuck you up right now. So I let her go, and I try to run. Right? The way our apartment was set up, it was a small little hallway, the kitchen, and the living room, and the 2 bedrooms. So I ran out of the bedroom, and I tried to make that turn towards the kitchen, and I got stuck at the front door. And there's walls all around me. As she came with a George St. Pierre Anderson Silva flying knee and caught me square in the chest. And I'm like, no. Help me, Jesus. Help me, Allah. Help
me, Tom Cruise.
Help me, Tom Cruise. Help me, Jewish God. Please help me. I was out, man. But yeah, haven't played like that.
That was the end of it.
Yeah, that was
the last time.
No, we can't do that because first of all, like when we
I have a chipped tooth. Just saying.
I didn't give you no chipped tooth.
I had a chipped tooth because of you.
It ain't because of me.
And it was one of those same things. I hit myself pulling my hand away. Chipped tooth.
You want to know why I can't play around with her too much?
That they hit themselves.
Shut up. Just shut up.
Where in the
Because you know why? Because their level of playing around doesn't meet our level of playing around. So like when she does get into her moods where she wants to, do the silly shit, I have to be the one that's like, we gotta stop before you start crying. Because that's how it always ends up. It always results in her crying. I'm gonna tell you what happened just a few months ago with us playing around.
We weren't playing. You talking about the back slap?
Back slap.
Elijah smacked me in the back with a towel, and I was drying myself out the shower, just standing in the room dry. He slapped me in my back, and it just got me right in the spine where my epidural was, and it hurt.
You see?
And I just was in tears because I was not expecting that.
First of all, it wasn't a back. First of all, you see how she's she's announcing it, a back slap. Like you would think I would fucking Bob Backlund. Like I just. Right. That's what it sounds like.
No, she said it clearly. A backslap with a towel. I envisioned exactly how that went down.
No.
And you were asking for that.
The tip of the towel.
No. I did what we used to do in school. I rolled up the towel and I did one of these and the shit barely touched her.
It hit me.
Bro, let me tell you something. You would have thought I stabbed her in the back with a fucking butcher knife.
So time out. But do you realize that with those towels, like
oh my God.
Before it hurts.
Yes.
If you hit her with the whole towel, she probably wouldn't have cared. It's the fact that you hit her with the corner of it. This is like your allergies all over again. You're full of shit, okay?
Yes.
That's just the bottom line. You dance around stuff a lot.
I was wet and minding my business, so it was part of shock and pain.
Pause that.
Yeah, for real. That sounded crazy. You should have just kept that for our private conversation.
The family show.
Yeah. That's between me and you. All right.
Well, but not that day.
Yeah, because you were crying. That sounds like a fucking episode of SVU.
Bad.
Like she's fucking laying there naked and crying on the floor.
I felt really violated.
That's horrible.
Kids were concerned, like, what did you do to mommy? I'm like, I didn't do anything to mommy.
You hit me.
So you're a predator. That's what it is.
Along with a creep.
Exactly. And could you imagine the phone call from the neighbors to the police? Yeah, our black neighbor. Yes, ma'am. 911 operator. Yes, our neighbor is over there. He's beating his wife. She's in there crying. We hear him. Yeah, can you describe him? Yeah, this big black gorilla over there. We always knew that this would happen. We had you guys on speed dial just in case.
I never trusted him from the beginning.
You know how much cakes I brought over there? I left her notes in the pies talking about call me if you need help. And she is not white. She's Puerto Rican, goddammit. All right? She's not one of yours.
She's one of ours.
I mean, she don't speak that much Spanish, but
Oh, Elijah.
just saying. Still, you don't need to teach me.
Wait. Why is that? Why is her ability to speak Spanish indicative of her Puerto Ricanness?
Mind you, this is what I do at work all day. Just saying.
We're gonna get into this now.
I just was wondering, because like a lot of times, like I know with Spanish people who don't speak Spanish, they're sort of like shunned by the Spanish community. So I was just wondering why you think that her lack of Spanish speaking.
I don't think it's the Spanish people that don't speak Spanish. I think it's the Puerto Ricans in New York City, because that's the most that I hear. Like a lot of Puerto Ricans that I know in New York City don't speak the Spanish that like the Dominicans that know Spanish come in. Like they don't.
The Dominicans that come here, you just said that. So they're coming straight from DR.
They're fresh off the boat.
There's a difference.
Listen, what do you want me to do? I don't know how to
Mind
speak
your
Spanish.
business. Don't judge.
Imagine me coming from England and not knowing how to speak English. Wouldn't you be like, what kind of English person are you?
Did I come from Puerto Rico or was I born in New York?
Same difference. You're in Spanish Harlem.
I feel like that doesn't correlate though, bro. Like if you
Sounding real
They speak
ignorant.
English in England.
yeah, I was
So the odds of an English person not speaking English. Wow, you're off your game tonight, dude.
Yo,
Wow.
bro.
I'm
Don't let me
nervous.
drink this fucking 1800 no more.
You should slow
Please.
down
I feel
Yeah,
like
don't drink.
things like
as he goes.
you heard of that, I think it's yogging or jogging, where you run for an extended period of time.
Jogging?
The J is
The
silent.
J is silent.
I don't know what's happening.
He is done.
No, I'm not done. I'm way better now than I was at this point last week.
Yes, last week was a great show.
Last
But-
week was.
We are an hour and a half in. It is that time. Biggie Mafia's wise words of the week before we wrap up this lovely First Ladies of OTBS episode.
As I just downed my 6th shot of 1800 coconut tequila, I'm gonna keep it simple, man. I know Valentine's Day just passed, and if you didn't have a Valentine's and you don't have anybody out there to show some love to, I don't know. Maybe this time next year you will. But this message goes out to the people who do have somebody in their lives, and either you guys just started a relationship or maybe you guys have been together for a long period of time. But either way, communicate with each other, because that is the key to a successful relationship. The moment that you cease communication is going to be the beginning of the downfall of the two of you together. I promise you that. I feel like 95% of the things that you guys go through, you can get through just by talking with each other. And don't get me wrong, I feel like arguments are going to happen. You guys are going to get upset with each other. I mean, shit, March will make 14 years that we've been together, and we argue quite often.
No, we don't.
We argue enough. And don't get me wrong, we go through our moments where we're like, man, fuck you. I'm not talking to you. I don't like you, and I hate your fucking face.
More me than him.
Right. Because, I mean, first of all, who would want to argue with me? I'm such a great person to be around all the time. Right? Thank you. Who the fuck would be upset with me? But be that as it may, talk. Please talk with each other and get through whatever it is that you're getting through, no matter what it is, whether it's financial issues, whether it's infidelity issues, whether it's fertility issues. I don't know. Whatever it is, just talk. Just talk about it, be about it, love each other. And that's what I got, bro. That's what I got today.
And with that being said, we want to say thank you very much to the First Ladies in the show this week. We will have to make this a yearly thing. Hopefully
Hey,
next
let
out.
your head down. Let your head down.
Get out of here.
Let your head
No,
down.
I'm good.
Show them all the hair you got.
No, thank you. I'm good.
Yanking on that.
Like, subscribe, comment, follow us. The Sports Frenzy The Sports Frenzy Podcast on Facebook.
You know, give me a kiss in front of all the people. Ah, there you go.
Fred is
Thank you guys
talking.
for listening. Catch you next week. Peace.